Hello everyone, Selene here. I'm going to give you guys a couple seconds to get logged in, and while we do that, I'm going to share this over into our Facebook creative group. I hope you're having a good week. I'm home. We were out in St. George, Utah, with about 85, 87 cruise achievers or incentive trip achievers. And we couldn't go. So we couldn't go to the incentive trip, and we decided as a group to get together. My friend Rhonda had a brainstorm one night. She picked up the phone and she reserved the hotel that we used to use for Founders Circle. So there's a lot of memories in that spot, and boy, it was a great week away. On Zoom last night, I shared my swaps with everyone, and today Alexis and I put them on display boards because next week I have retreat. So if you're used to tuning in live Tuesday at 3 o'clock, there will still be a video, but it will be pre-recorded, and I've got some awesome projects that I am sharing with you, and I am going to record that today. So, hey Vicki. Okay, I can see that we are all here. I didn't see this to share over yet, so hang on, let me see if I can find it. Seek and find. Let's see, share. Hey Corinne, thanks for sharing. That's really cool. Let's see. Hey Michelle, good to see you. Yay, I hope you're feeling good. Let me see. Okay, I'm just going to pop over and share. Okay, so tonight at 7 o'clock, I actually have an online workshop, and I'm using this amazing suite. It's called Lovely and Linen. And I made this display board while I was creating the online workshop before I left, and it's pretty darn cool. So we'll go through the display board in a few minutes, I'll show you all my samples for tonight because they're pretty cool. I even have a sample in here that's not for tonight's workshop, but it's using one of the Get Well sets that I like a lot. Okay, so I have this idea in my brain when I saw the punch shape. So the shape that goes with this suite looks like this, and I see an animal. I don't know if you can tell me which animal you think I see, but I thought that maybe we would try and make one. So on the fly, I'm taking a break. I have been working nonstop on getting retreat going, but any ideas on what animal you think I'm gonna make with this shape? So go ahead and type it in the comments if you think that you know. And I'm gonna flip the camera to give me a second to get turned around. A piggy! Vicki, you're right. Wow, that was fast. That didn't take long. Okay, so let's see if I can get this going and if it looks right. Ta-da, and you can see my computer. That's unusual. Okay, so a good color for a piggy I thought was Blushing Bride, but I don't know what happened to my Blushing Bride. I had it here. That's okay. Let's get started by, I think every piggy needs a tail. So I've got a little bit of white baker's twine from the combo pack here, and this is the skin tone SU1000. So if you wanted to order that, you know which one to get. This I think is closest to Petal Pink and Blushing Bride, which is what I have in mind for my pig. And then I'll get up and get some more because I thought I had some here handy, and now of course I go live and it's missing. So here we go. Ta-da! Okay, so I'm gonna let that dry. This is just blend, so alcohol ink does dry awful fast, but I thought I'd give it a minute to set up because I want to do a little bit of funky with that. Let me grab the paper that I had cut. So today I'm also looking forward to doing a Casing Tuesday post, and I usually have it ready to go, but I didn't. So I'll show you today's sketch, which is also printed out here on the table. And this was the sketch that I was going by. It's from the main catalog, page 86. Let's see, I'm just gonna grab a few things while I'm over here. Ta-da! And a trimmer. All right, let's go. So when I was thinking about making a piggy, I thought that I needed different colors, right? So I pulled some Blushing Bride, and I started looking at the tea time paper because I know that in this paper, oh, like the polka dots would have been fun. But I know that there's a few petal pink pieces. So I grabbed that, and I made a card base out of Blushing Bride. And then I ran a piece of the tea time paper, here it is, that's the pattern, through the cut and emboss to use that same die that they used, okay? So, and I'll do a complete supply list when we get off, but I thought it would be easier just to have this. So the main focus though was my piggy, so I thought I could do this ahead of time and it wouldn't be that big a deal. The other thing I was kind of wanting to show you is this ribbon is in the main catalog, and it's beautiful. It's so silky to work with. But it says that it's petal pink, and I wasn't seeing it when I put it up to the petal pink. I think it's more Blushing Bride. Check it out. But you know, in reality, it's somewhere in between. So for a project like this, it would be absolutely adorable to use. I don't know if that's where we're going to go because we're on the fly, right? But what is the dis? I'm not really following the question, Joan. Can you just tell me, is it designer paper? The designer paper is the tea time. So if that was your question. Oh, moving right along. Let's see. So when I saw this punch, saw a piggy. So the first thing I want to do is I'm going to punch out a piggy. And I could have used some die cuts to decorate my piggy, but instead I'm going to stick to punches. And I know these two are retired, but it's a 1/2 inch and 1.5 inch. And honestly, we have so many dies that would fit. So you could just like use what you have in your stash to make it. But what I did was 1.5 and 1/2, and I know they're retired, so be kind. I'm sure that you can get punches that are 1.5 or 1/2. But the other thing is, we have the circles dies, so you can really, and you could use the inside of this to make your circle and just finish it off. But I was thinking that I wanted my piggy to have some ears. So I'm gonna go back to one of my favorite punches, which is this ladybug punch. We've made all kinds of things out of him. Bumblebees and bunnies, and why not go for another animal? All right, so thanks for bearing with me for a second. So that's the 3 punches, and this punch is out of that linen bundle that we're gonna be focusing on all day. So tonight's workshop cards are going to feature that bundle, and all the designer paper and everything. But this is something I just have brewing around in my head, and I haven't had time to work it out, but I really wanted to do it with you guys because I know Tuesdays at 3 o'clock, I'm gonna be crafting. So here we go. I got my little feet. Isn't that cute? And I'm gonna go face up with my marker. If I go this way, there's a good chance that if I go outside the lines, I could write on my project and end up with extra lines. So I'm gonna do it this way to make this like outline, so that if I put more layers of petal pink on the, Blushing Bride is what I'm using right now. If I put more layers of Blushing Bride on my piggy, that it will show up already with a layer, like with an outline. And then I'm gonna rip this apart, and I'm gonna do the same thing for my ladybug wings, which is now gonna be piggy ears. And nobody's gonna know if I ripped them apart behind the paper because I'm just gonna glue them together. So if you feel better, you can always use your scissors to do that. I know I have a few people that are like, you didn't just do that. Ripping. So again, this came out of this, and I cut it down to 4 1/4 by 5 1/2 to layer on my card front, because with those dies, you can see what's underneath. So I wanted to just keep it the same size as my card front, like the sketch. I was going by this Casing Tuesday sketch right here. And I love this card. It's so bright and pretty considering there's like, you know, it's masculine with a hammer on it. It's nice and bright. I like that. Okay, so let's get back to our piggy. I think I'm going to use the back of my sketch paper here, and I want to bring in blending brush. So here we go. And I have Blushing Bride ink here. That's it. Yep, the split card texture dies. And Joan, when I get off this live, because I never know what I'm going to make before I get on, it's kind of like on the fly, but I knew that when I was working with this bundle again, that this was the last thing I thought of before I put the bundle away when I was making the samples for the workshop tonight. But I will post a complete supply list of everything I used on the live today. Isn't that fun? So I'm just adding a little bit of texture to my piggy. I see them like this. So now I'm ready for this thing and this thing. I'm gonna, because I haven't made one before, I'm just gonna kind of guess here. And I want to make, when I'm making animals, I like to make my eyeballs close together. I don't know why, but I'm gonna just make a couple of little dots for his eyes. He looks sad if I do that. I'm gonna make it a round eye. And I could have made his eyes bigger, but this is just like my first time, and I just wanted to get this out of my head and onto the paper. Do you know what I mean? Actually, Michelle Golden would know what I mean, because she used to help me here in the studio, and I would be like, oh, I have this great idea, and I would go on and on and on, and she'd be like, I can't wait to see it out of your head and on the paper, Selene. Okay, so here we go. I'm gonna make a the letter C. So if you were recreating this at home, it's pretty easy. You got 2 big dots, 2 little dots, and the letter C. So really anybody could make this. All right, and then I think, doesn't that look funny? I had a little link to the small nose piece, a little ink. Yeah, oh yeah, I'm gonna do some layers here. So I'm gonna go around, I wanted to put more ink on this piece, and I think the nose, I think I was gonna absolutely leave the lightest, but let's see what we got here. So I got this one next. And before I even do that, I want to come back and kind of put a little color on my ears. And it's just a soft color, right? Just a little bit of something, something. And I don't want them to be perfectly flat, so I'm gonna give it a little, where's my bone folder? Let's see. So I'm gonna curl them forward a little. Just a little bit of texture there, you know? And I did go around with the black marker, so there should be a little bit of defined line, because I see that this is the inside of his ear and his feet without having to do any work. Let's see, I'm gonna use liquid glue here and just add a little bit. Oh my gosh, yay. He's coming together. Okay, so that's the first side. I have been thinking about this since I was playing with the Lovely and Linen, which was probably, I don't know, 3 weeks ago that I designed tonight's workshop, or maybe a month. I did this, the class that I'm doing tonight, I did with my team last month. It was our team meeting projects, and then I use it for a workshop as well. So all the packets are prepped and ready to mail out. So for those people that choose to get a packet in the mail, I can, for the workshop tonight, I can mail them out this week. Pretty darn awesome. I'm gonna close the workshop Saturday because I leave Sunday to go for a week-long retreat. But if people wanted packets after that and I still have them, I would have to wait until I get home the following Friday to mail them out. Oh, and you're right, I don't want to neglect putting a little bit of ink on there. So thank you for who said that, Corinne. I got you. Just a little bit though. I want to keep it lighter than the other spots. And I'm going to put a mini dimensional on the back. Easier said than done. and peel that little tiny 1/2-inch circle. The right tool for the right job, huh? Oh, I want to cover his eyeball. I'm over a little too far. There we go. Oh my gosh. Okay, so there's sort of a piggy started, right? I don't know, is it a girl piggy or a boy piggy? You guys tell me, because I'm gonna make a bow here, and I'm just, so when you tie your shoes, you loop, swoop, and pull, right? So normally you tie first. When I'm doing it kind of midair like this, I'm just gonna loop, swoop, and pull through that little hole right there to make my bow. And I would normally use a bow maker for a little bow, but this one is gonna be so small that I wanna hand tie it so I can make it smaller than what the bow maker would allow me to do. So I'm just gonna tie this off and make a baby little bow. Let's bring in my scissors. Oh, I like it longer on the inside for something like this, so we'll do that. And then again, longer on the inside, although it's gonna flip, so make sure I get it flippy the way I want it. It's gonna be a little flip with me, huh? So you guys tell me if you think it should be a girl pig or a boy pig. And while you do that, I'm going to see if I can make something out of this twine. I'm wondering if I can get it to curl. All right, but it is dry, so we did it first, but I don't know if it'll curl. We'll see. So it's not curling ribbon, right? But I'll try it both ways and see if I can get it to go. Because it would be fun if I can make a wobble out of it. Oh my gosh. That ought to be good. So I'll put a little adhesive back there. And I'm gonna stick this down to something anyway so I can like really go the distance. And then he can have a little, or she, or he or she, you're deciding, can have a little bow, little squiggle tail. I think that's too long still, hang on. So we'll just make it shorter like that rather than cut it again. Good enough. And girl, 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 got you. So she's gonna be a girl. And I'll put the tail on the other side. That's hysterical. I thought I had white paper on the table, and I don't, so let me just grab a piece. And I definitely have black under here. And I have another piece of this pink. So you tell me, if we were gonna use this ribbon, is it really Petal Pink or is it Blushing Bride? Because this is Petal Pink designer paper. I don't know. When I looked at it before, I was like, it's so close to both. You could probably use it for either, which I like. Let me grab some white. I'm gonna head back to the sketch for a second and see if I can figure out which way I'm supposed to cut my paper. So I'm looking at the sketch and it looks like 3 by 4, my guess. So we'll pull in the paper trimmer. Oh my gosh, it's so cute. I'm actually gonna go a little smaller, I think. I don't think he's like 3 inches. I think he's like 2.5. I'm gonna go 2 3/4 for that middle piece by 3 3/4. So 3 3/4 first. I like to do the big measurement first. I don't know why. Well, probably because if I do 3 3/4 the long way, and I were to go this way 2 3/4, you can actually get 4 evenly out of a piece of paper. So 8 for the whole sheet, but out of this one strip, I can do 5.5 and then 2 3/4, and I'd actually have 2 pieces. I do that a lot when I'm making cards. I'm wondering if I should, let's see. So that's gonna layer on there. And it definitely needs a border, but it also had like a banner in the back, and I was looking at black for both, but I don't know if it's gonna like drown it out. Mud, yeah, maybe. Let's see. So I'm gonna make the layer for that. So I'm gonna go up just by 1/8 of an inch because I still have to make that. Where it's a girl pig. If it was a boy pig, I'd want to do a lot of mud. I don't know, girl, mud. Let's see. Okay, so we've got this cut. So this was 3 3/4 by 2 3/4, and then this piece that's behind it, the black, is just 1/8 of an inch bigger. Oh my God, look at that tail. Nice tail. Hysterical. So I still have to make a banner, and I want to find a sentiment to put on there. So let's look at our stamp set. So I think the first time I saw this stamp set, I was a little bit put off by this big flower. But I have to tell you, it has all of the cool sentiments. It's got hello, best of luck, thinking of you, thank you, cheers. I don't think I'll do a thanking of you with a Piggy card. Maybe happy birthday. So I don't know. You tell me if you think it should be a best of luck or a happy birthday. Go ahead and vote on that. And well, there is that little black. We could do something with the splatter maybe. That's a good idea. We'll bring in some black ink and we'll do something with that. That's a cool idea, Corinne. Oh my gosh. Is that not cute? I can't even stand it. So I'll grab a block. You guys tell me what you think. Happy birthday, or let's see, black ink, block. All right, happy birthday it is. And ta-da. I'll get this, and then how about the little splatter for Corinne? All right, so here's my splatter. I put it on a giant block. Oops. I should have got a smaller block, whatever. Okay, and I still have to, don't forget to remind me to make the banner out of something. I don't know what to make it out of. If I should go back to the petal pink maybe, or the blushing bride, or if I should do it in black. The banner that I'm talking about is the one that's in the sketch. So here, you guys can tell me, should I make the banner out of the black that I did for the outline, or should I make it in blushing bride? Let's see where he sits, and we might even make this a little smaller. I don't know. Oh, he's so cool. Haha. You can't fake that kind of excitement. All right, and then we'll do the splatters, but I know it's not mud, but we'll just, it looks like sprinkles or something. Here. Little bits of mud. It's our mud. It's spotted. Spotted, dotted mud. Splattered mud. Hysterical. I love him. Oh my gosh. Okay, let's see if that's good or if we need one more. Oh, yep, one up in the corner. Ta-da. All right. Black and white DSP. Blushing bride, black. So we're still at a tie, sorta. Somebody go in and break that tie. That's adorable. I think I want one more little. Now I'm going crazy with the mud. There should be one right there too, because he's standing in it, right? And he's got it all over his feet. I want to see it on his belly. It's so funny. Yep, they are always in mud. Yes, they are. I love it. Oh, and I think now I can't stop, Corinne. Black and white goes with the ribbon. Yes, it does. Black, brush and ride, black and white. I'm still waiting. Oh my goodness. So we'll try the black behind there and see if we can, like, if it looks good. And if it doesn't, we can always change it. How's that? Oh my gosh. That's so cute. All right. I can't even stand the cuteness. So this was let's see. It was a little bigger than 3 3/4. So how about if we make our banner, I don't know, 5? Sorry that I'm off camera. Just 1 second. It's just because I'm running out of space on the table. So I'm at 5, I promise. And then let's go 2 to make that banner. And we can always cut it smaller, but kind of like a haircut. Once you've cut too much, you're all done. All right, so here we go. I'm going to cut up the middle to find the center point to make our banner. And then, oh, that's not the middle. That's why you cut up the middle. It's just going to be a little thicker now. And then you cut to the point where you cut. And that's how you find the middle. Okay, so let's see what it does here. You know, I like the black a lot. I'm thinking he's just needs to be crooked. I'm thinking that this piece we should do in Blushing Bride instead of black. So this was a little bit bigger than 2 3/4 by 3 3/4. So I'm gonna go at 3 7/8 by 2 7/8. So that's just like 2 lines on your paper cutter over from 2 3/4, or 2 lines over from 3. On the sketch, it didn't put another layer there, so it left it just plain. So you guys tell me, should we leave it plain, or like the sketch, should we add just a little border in there to bring more of the pink in? You tell me. Pink or no pink? I can't even stand it. It's so darn cute. While I'm waiting for that, I'll stick him onto the white. Not too bad. He came out of my head. I pretty happy to see him come to life. Craziness. The silly things that I think of when I'm dreaming. Well, what really did it was when I was making that board to highlight this suite with this punch. So tonight it will be a workshop, and I'll show 4 projects. Oh my gosh, it's so cute. I just want to like get him to his squiggle. I want his tail to be more squiggly, but it's okay. It's cool that it's just hanging out there. Pink, 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 pink. Okay, so you guys like the pink, so we'll do that. Ta-da! Okay. And then we'll layer that on. I can't even stand it. It's so flippin' cute. Ah! Okay, so then this, I'm gonna put it on with 2 different kinds of adhesive. Why? Because I really want the side to stick down, but I'm thinking like, it's gonna be funny to try to get my adhesive there. So I'm gonna go around the edges with this adhesive. And then I'll flip it. It's just cut to the card front size, so 5.5 by 4 1/4. And I do like these dies. I didn't think I was going to love them when I got them in. I was like, oh, that looks like a lot of work, but it popped right out. Super simple. Do I want to add ribbon? I'm so bad. I just want to put like 5 kinds of ribbon, but maybe not. Where would I put it? Maybe right there. Nah. There's already 2 kinds of ribbon between the tail and the, oh my gosh. Punch Art Pig. Okay, so we'll go through the pieces real quick. It was just the Lovely and Linen Punch. And then I used a 1.5 inch circle, a 1/2 inch circle, and then the Ladybug Punch for the ears. And that was it. Like, kind of simple. But he just was begging to be a pig. All right, so let me show you a little bit more about the class tonight. I'll be here at 7, and in between, I am filming for next week because I won't be here live, but I'll have it. I actually have an amazing class from retreat that I am going to share with you next week here at 3 o'clock on Tuesday. So it'll be pre-recorded, and it will just be set up to post so that you'll still get your 3 o'clock fix while I'm away. Okay, so here is the sweet board that I made, and let's start with the designer paper. So when I have new customers, I often will talk to them about picking a designer paper that they like. I've used this designer paper so much. When I saw it in the catalog, I didn't like it. And now I've used 3 packages since I opened the first one, and I had to buy a whole nother package. Actually, I'll show you what I have left from the 3. There's like nothing but just pieces. And I used this on an elephant card because doesn't it look like elephants? But I have used every shred of 3 packs. Yeah, I'll come back to that. Janice, at the end, I'll post the complete supply list, but someone up above said it. It's the, I forget what it's called, to be honest, the split card texture dies. So anyway, getting back to that, when I talk to new customers about what they can purchase, I don't want them to feel like they have to purchase, the whole book in order to get started. So if they pick one designer paper that they like and one stamp set, they'll be off to the races. And this one is pretty good, even if this stamp set isn't your bag. However, I'm going to put my hand over the flower because it's a little bright. But there's a thank you, there's a thinking of you, there's a happy birthday, best of luck, cheers, and oh hello in one stamp set. And then you have all these little decorative, elegant things. And I think I would use this as a background stamp. Alexis, that's not distracting. I think I would use this as a background stamp, tone on tone. My daughter is home for the summer, and she is in the living room helping me, but she's like, Dad. I'm like, I can't hear myself think. Anyway, the coordinating colors that come in this designer paper are basic white, evening evergreen, night of navy, pale papaya, soft succulent, sweet sorbet, and very vanilla. So if I were going to buy this designer paper and I was a brand new person and I didn't have anything, I would pick 2 colors and maybe the vanilla and the white so that I have everything that I need to go back and make a whole bunch of cards in these colors without feeling I need to purchase the whole catalog. In that suite, in the catalog, the suite collection includes the embossing folder, and the embossing folder is really cool. Let me see if I can show you a better view of it. It's the quatrefoil, and it includes my piggy stamp that I couldn't, once I started making this board, I was like, oh my gosh, you see the piggy there? He's like, I was actually thinking that you could almost make a hippo with it too if you turn, here, if you turn the punch on its side, I see a hippo kind of in there. So it's funny what my brain does when I see stamps. But this card is just a couple of strips, 3/4 inch by 3 1/4, and then I used a white marker just to put the candle tops on. If you have a white ink pad, the craft ones, you can use a blender pen to add the white little things. And then these little dots are going to be free with a $50 order tonight on our online workshop at 7 o'clock. So, yeah. So we got this little piggy. Oh my gosh, I'm glad I finally did it. He's been on my mind for a couple of weeks, and I hope you like it. And I hope you're around tonight. If you are, please join me live. Alexis should be here helping. She said she's in, so that's pretty cool. She can run comments if you have questions while we go. But it's the cards are pretty awesome. Hang on. I'll give you a quick peek. I know that the words will be backwards, but here's a couple of them. This one's simple. It's thinking of you. And the money is we stamped on the ribbon. So cool. And then this one's happy birthday. And it's all using this lovely linen suite. And then the thank you. Isn't that ribbon awesome? That's the soft, succulent ribbon. And a complete supply list of this will go up in the group in a little bit. I have a online workshop group where we'll have that live. And then here's the cheers card. And then again, these are just the strips. It shows off the new designer paper so well. And honestly, I don't think the catalog does it justice. It's beautiful. So happy with this suite, and the colors are just amazing. So anyway, this little piggy is going to make a few more videos, and I'll see you guys live at 7 o'clock for our online workshop. So thanks for visiting today. I appreciate you guys so much. And if you have any questions, just type them into the chat, and I will probably be working on answering questions tomorrow because I have 3 more videos to do tonight before I do the live video. So thanks, everybody. We'll talk to you soon.